Baby slick. Baby slick, okay? Baby slick, boy. But what's goody, y'all? We back at it. Ooh. Okay, but yeah, for today's video, I think I'm just gonna, we're just gonna basically have a discussion. So, we're gonna talk about... Mommy, I'm recording right now. What do you want?
I was gonna show Jamal your bed. Yes.
What up, Dell?
So today's video, I'm gonna talk about my schooling process. We're gonna talk about life a little bit. I want to tell y'all about PT. I don't know, just have a discussion. I want to get deeper on my channel. I want to get closer to y'all. I want y'all to really feel me in some of these videos. So as you can see, I'm in my bed. I got a new bed. 2020, I got a new bed, ho. I got a new bed. We got a new bed. I've been sleeping great, okay? Amazing. But yeah, let's just start off. So I guess I'll basically start off with, I didn't know what I wanted to go to school for until I got injured myself and had to go to physical therapy. So for people who don't know, I played basketball most of my life, so that caused a lot of injuries. And with those injuries came, rehabilitation, physical therapy world. So when I got introduced to the physical therapy world, and I was with a really good group, and they basically put all the athletes in one physical therapy clinic all together. That way we can feed off each other. So I really loved it. I kind of fell in love with physical therapy after that. I really didn't have my eyes set on anything else. That was just the only thing I wanted to do. So at that point I was like, yeah, we're gonna do PT. I wasn't full on set and if I really want to do PT, but that was just, when you're young and stuff, you don't really know what you want. It's kind of scary. You don't really know what you want to do. You just trying to figure out how to get some money. Okay, you trying to figure out what career is going to get you some money. And PTs, they get paid very well, I thought about becoming a surgeon or anesthesiologist, but it's just too much risk involved in those. So I'd rather just be a physical therapist. It's just right for me. But even after, when I started classes and everything, my actual classes. So you all know you do 2 years of when you do your 2 years of undergrad, you do basic classes. So you don't do your classes that are preparing you for your major. You just do your regular curriculum classes that just get you over that hump, which I don't understand. I feel like it's really dumb because it's not enjoyable, because you're like, what am I doing this for? You're really like, why am I here? I don't feel like doing no stats. I don't feel like, man, you just don't be feeling like doing it, okay? You just don't feel like doing it. But once you push through that, you actually get to those last 2 years, you really do get a feel of what you're going to be doing in your field. So once I got to my last 2 years, and I finished early, so it's really a year and a half. Now I'm playing. But once I got to my last few little moments of school, that's when I got to do some of the real deal. I got to see some real stuff that would be going on in PT and all that. I'm going to just say the road was not easy at all. Especially, even some of those regular classes you take, some of those classes, it's like, why would y'all set the class up like this? There's no way anyone wants to be doing a class like this. It was just this one class. It was biology too, but it was the biology where you're focused on organisms, different plants. When I tell you, we were probably learning 30 different plants, 30 to 50 different plants every week. And you have to take a test basically every 2 weeks. That was my most annoying class. But I never doubted I wouldn't pass the class or anything. Not at all. And with some of those hard classes too, I'm a student where I already know where my place is at. I'm an honor roll student. I ain't, I've never been the one to get straight A's. I always have a couple B's on my report card. That's always how I've been. I know myself. I'm not going to overly exert myself to try and get straight A's in college when I didn't get straight A's in high school. No, that don't add up. So some of those hard classes you take, you get C's in. Like, and I wasn't taking them over. I just feel like with my personality and just how I am as an individual, I won't have to do that. So, obviously everyone, you know, some people are smart, others, some people are really good at all that stuff. Like, I met some amazing, bright people at my school where it's like, yeah, you know your stuff. Like, you straight A's, nothing less than an A, all that good stuff. But me, no, I'm going to try my hardest. I'm more of a person when I get into the environment, I do better. I don't do well on, like, book things where it's, I won't say book things. I say I don't do well when it comes to, like, taking a test and not really having a person to do the actual things on. I did better in my hands-on classes. I'll put it that way. So, like, on my classes where you have, like, partner interactions and everything, and you can basically do the things that you've been learning on somebody else, I learn better that way. I'm more of a hands-on, need to see the whole visual. I don't do well like test taking and with just test taking in general, not being able to be hands-on or like really understand the material within the body spectrum or what it's going to do to your body. That's just how I am. And I know some people are going to be like, well, in graduate school, you know, you can't just what's the words? In graduate school, you have clinicals. So in graduate school, you do have basically clinicals where you do go and do all the things that you're learning hands-on. And it is a lot of book work. But I just feel like, and I heard this from a physical therapist too that I shout out, who's like most C students do better within the actual PT environment because they're able to adjust and be one with their patient, while people who are more, you know, like book smart and like really focus on like what the book is saying are really great test takers who get A on all the tests. It's a hard transition for them to be in the environment because it's just tougher because they're not able to relate to the patient. They're not able to relate to the patient on a level like other students can who may not be as well with written tests or something, or like put it into context of words. They're better hands-on. They're better being with the actual patient. Like they rather do their test where somebody is watching them do the skill and that's it. That's that. Like that's how I am. So some may disagree. Some may agree. Like I honestly do believe that because some people just do better in an environment than others. It's just, I mean, you can see it within any environment. So I really believed him when he said that, but back to the rough times. They were really rough. I don't even know how to describe them. I'm not going to say I had a lot of rough times either because I'm a person too where stuff doesn't really get to me like that. I really have a well-balanced like life. You know, I'm a person who's like who believes in having a well-balanced life. You know, get your naps, eat well, all that. I'm a person where it's like you can only go as hard as you can. You can't force yourself to just go over the edge. Like I'm not a person like that. Not saying I'm not gonna try hard on like material I'm studying or anything, but you can't overly exert yourself where it's just like, I mean, that's all you're gonna be able to take in. You can only do so much. That's really how I feel about the whole thing. Everything happens for a reason. So with the rough times I did have, like it's gonna be some tears. Best believe I did cry. My friends who live with me, they know I cried. Like I would really cry sometimes. It would low-key be stressful, especially when it came down to grad applications. For people who like start putting in grad applications for PT school, it does get a bit stressful, man. It gets stressful. Like I broke down. I had a whole boy when I tell you that day was so sad. I can vividly remember the day too. That's the crazy part. Like that may have to be a story time. I'm not saying all that right now, but that day was really ridiculous. Like I had plans to go to like the fair, stuff like that. I couldn't even do it. Like the littlest thing took me off the edge. Like the littlest thing just had me crying. I was bawling all night. It didn't make any sense, and it's just because I was so stressed from like graduate school, and that my junior year I had found out that I was graduating early. So that means I had to hurry up with hours, like hurry up and get hours, all the maximum hours I needed. All the minimum hours I needed. I won't say maximum, but obviously you want to go over the minimum because it just looks better. But all the minimum amount of hours I needed, I had to do them over the summer before my senior year. So all that was adding up. I was doing that all summer and then went back to school, had to take more classes. It was just a lot going on, man. It was just a lot. So sometimes you do need that. I'm a person who's like, I could cry and I feel better after I cry. It's like, okay, bet, we back to partying, we back to jigging, you know. I'm a person like that. Everybody doesn't operate like that, but I do. So, I don't know. You just have to find ways to where you know you can balance out your life. Like, you just have to find ways. I don't even know how to explain. You just got to make sure you're surrounded by goodness. And I understand that everybody doesn't have, like, a support system. Like, everybody doesn't have that. But you have to find something in your life that just will help you balance that school demand out and just having a regular life. Because you still have to enjoy those years, man. Those are, like, some of the best years that you're going to get, for real. Those are some of the best years because, I mean, you in an environment where you could do, you know, you just doing you. You in an environment where you could just do you. So that's really all I have to say on that. I don't know if I'm giving you guys an accurate timeline, but I'm just explaining my experience of how I did with, on my journey of PT. I did the 2 years below, and then finally when I did the 2 years after, like in the end, the last year and a half, because I graduated early, I just knew it was for me, especially after doing hours. I just knew it was for me. And I know, like, a vision that I have set out for myself that I want from the PT world. But the main reason I wanted to be a physical therapist is because I played sports, so I know how body movements should be performed across probably any sport. So just how your body should be with during certain stances, because you need your body at a equilibrium. If your body isn't at an equilibrium when you're performing any move in a sport, the move isn't going to look right. It is not going to look right. Alright. That's it. That's all. And then also too, since I went through like, there go the word again. Since I went through injuries that were really detrimental, I feel like, or just hard on the body, I want to help athletes in that way. I didn't say that either. Like what I wanted to go straight into. I really want to work strictly with athletes. I really do, really bad. So with me going through that mental process and just understanding that it's not over just because it's a setback. Just because you feel like it's a huge setback, it's not over. It's always more things after even. It's always more to life just in general. It's just not all about the sport. It's just trying to help that athlete understand mentally that they're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You'll get through it. It's not the end of the world. Because I for sure got, not even going to go into that. That's another like story time or whatever. But allowing them to understand that it'll be okay. Just helping them push through the process mentally. Because I want to have that relationship with my patients where they know they could talk to me about anything. We'd be cool with it. I could help them be better in all aspects. Not just the rehabilitation of the physical issue that they came in with. I want to help them all around mentally. I want to be that good of a PT where it's just a connection. And I know I have that personality to do so and be a really good physical therapist just because of my personality and how well I can connect with people or like read people's energy or vibes. So that was the main reason why I really not got into PT, but that stuck once I got a feel for the actual PT world with my last year and a half in school and the hours I did. You just start to see what you want to do, how you want to do it once you start doing those hours, how you can mold yourself after a PT if they're really good. You start to see certain things like that. So that's a really big tip too to take through if you are on the PT route or any major you're just intending on pursue. Is just find that thing that you feel that will separate you for others and you could expand on. That's even a life lesson too, okay? Find that thing that you just feel you can expand on and be great in life, in the world. The traveling physical therapy, I think that would be like a cool thing to do. I low-key want to do that after I graduate. I just know it's hard because you don't really have people helping you. Say if you like sign up with a hospital or something, you don't have really people like helping you that you can ask for help. That's the main downfall with that. And then if I do end up doing that, I want to go straight to working in the hospital. I prefer Kaiser. I've always loved Kaiser, you know. I just really mess with that health line right there. You know, I really mess with Kaiser a lot. So Hopefully I do Kaizen, and after that I soon want to open my own clinic, and I want to basically, I don't want it to be a big clinic though. I thought about maybe like branching out, but I want us to be well known for like 3 to 4 good physical therapists, and I want to give like good shots. Not good shots, but I want to be a person in physical therapy world where it's like if it's a younger person coming up and I really feel like they have the potential to do so, they can get a job with me. Like I want my business to be that good and that well known, and I want to be a business where they call us like, oh, like we need your help. Like those are really some of the dreams I have for my physical therapy lane. I had the support system where it was easy for me to push through. Like I had people who supported me financially, emotionally. It was just, I had all of that, whether that's friends, family, whatever, you know, like I just always had that in my life. So it was really easy for me to push through with physical therapy. And you know, I understand why people do drop out, because you have some of those classes, like I said, that make you really want to drop out. Like I remember genetics. Why am I taking genetics? First of all, let that sink in. Why am I taking genetics? Genetics, I thought that was a class I was going to get a D in, and I literally was in tears right before she released the final grades because I was just so sad. I was like, I'm gonna have to retake this class. I've never had to retake a class in my life, and I never got a D in my class ever in my life. So I was really stressed that I was going to get a D in this class. Like if I ever got a C, it's always been a C where it's like 75 and above. It's never been. You just have to embrace every part of it, and no subject is easy to me. Like obviously there are some subjects where it's not as demanding. When I say demanding, I don't want to make this sound like I'm putting a subject down. So when I say demanding, I mean demanding as in you need to make sure you have this, you need to make sure you have this, you need to go get hours for this, you need to go hours for this. Like there's some majors where you don't have to do all that. Like it's some majors where you just need your bachelor's and that's it. But for especially health majors, it is very demanding, man. It is demanding. You just have to have like that work ethic. And honestly, my list probably goes Howard. I'm gonna go University of Washington. I don't want to be at home. Even though it's cheaper for me to be at home, I don't want to be at home. I want to be away. Like I don't even want to live out here when I'm done with everything. I just don't. Now I might be rambling now, but it's okay. I just want to talk to y'all. I don't want to be at home, so it goes Howard, University of Washington, and then I'll probably put Long Beach and University of Washington are like interchangeable. I don't know. I would low key go to Long Beach, like, cause it's not. And then it's Loma Linda, but Loma Linda is a great school. All the schools are great schools. It's just I just don't want to be close to home. Like I'm so used to being far away from home because of Arizona. I just don't. But yeah, I won't say my PT experience was super bad or super hard, but that's just what it was. I guess I should give you guys like a whole rundown of how the whole system goes too. You basically complete your undergrad, and then once you complete your undergrad, actually before you graduate, 2 years before you graduate, you need to start to look into getting hours and making sure everything is checked off, because once you accumulate those hours, you're going to have to present those to various graduate schools that you plan on going to. With physical therapy, you can't just do your bachelor's. You have to go get your master's now. And now it's actually 3 years because you're considered a doctor after your third year. So I'll be Dr. James in a few. Hold up. Just hold up, okay? So you do your undergrad and then you do your master's, and you want to do your hours, accumulate your hours before you start applying to graduate schools and stuff, because that's the main thing that they want you to look into is getting your hours, inpatient, outpatient. You should even try to do like different things, like just you should try to see a surgery, just do different things that may not be geared to your major, but it's still different stuff that'll like excite a graduate school, or like be like, oh wow, like they did this, like they went to a spine clinic where they specialize in spines, like specialize in head injuries, like just anything like that is cool, because you never know. Like even though you never know, you might want to go ahead and add another, a minor to something, because you might find another passion or something else that you didn't even know you had. So I just say stay open-minded, like stay on your major that you want to complete, but stay open-minded to other things within around like the health career field. You know what I mean? But you do that, and then when you accumulate your hours, you want to make sure you write your hours down, because there's no saying that the place that you get hours from, they're going to always check you in, put the date, how many hours you got. But make sure you write them down. Like my friend, when she did them, she basically just sent me her template over of what she used, and it basically just has your name on it, hours, physical therapist signature, so they have a signature on there, and then I can't even remember the rest was on the sheet, but and then the date, like that's important too, obviously the date. And that's just all on the sheet, like the date, everything. You just want to make sure you have everything written down. That way, when you do try and put that info into PT Cast, that's what you'll end up doing. All your graduate applications do is PT Cast, and you'll put all your information in there. And you also want to get the information down by the head physical therapist there, like whoever's in charge of the department, because you'll need them too for when you do references. So like say you do a reference for a clinic that you shadow, you usually need their email, their name, their last name, their phone number. There's just a lot of stuff written down that you need from them. So just make sure you have your ducks in a row when you're like getting ready for this field. But that's basically it. And then once you do your master's, depending on where you graduate from, I'm not taking anything away from any programs, but some programs are like, oh, you graduate from there? Like, oh, okay, like you got respect off the bat. Like, that's just how it is. So that's all I pretty much have to say about that. That's pretty much it. That's what I went through. I want to give a shout out to my cousin real quick, because I got her shirt on, you know. It's a little chilly out here in these streets, man. So I got this t-shirt on. So I'm about to put my little oversized t-shirt on. This is my favorite necklace right now, yeah. I'm messing with my necklace heavy. But yeah, it says stay charged up, you feel me? And in the back, let me see if I can spin around to the back. Back looks like that. And then I'll put her link down too, just in case you want to go see what other stuff she has. She does have a website, but I'll put her link down to her Instagram so you can see like all her Instagram work, and then you could go to her website with what is in her bio. So I hope y'all digging the content. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. If you guys do have any feedback on my videos, you know, just feel free to hit me up, like put in the comments some other stuff you want to see, like if you guys want to see some other hair videos. I do need to do some more hair videos. I should have did this one, but yeah, if y'all do want to see some more hair videos, like put that in the comments. Just talk to me, like vibe with me, feel with me, you know, like this is still a process and we just gonna continue growing. So that's it, y'all. I'm out of this, John. Ooh.